Hey, good morning. My name is Jared. I host a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. And if you've been following this story about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, and I have on my daily podcast, you understand what is happening to this man. And I, as someone who have followed this story closely, I felt somehow connected to Kilmar Abrego Garcia. You've known that for like the last 48 hours, this administration, this regime has tried to get Kilmar Abrego Garcia to admit to human trafficking in exchange to being sent to Costa Rica. And that if he didn't just admit that he committed human trafficking, they're going to send him to Uganda, which its prisons have reported human rights violations, much like El Salvador. And I want to make sure that I point out that this is who Donald Trump is and has always been. And that I want you today, if you are just now finding out about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, that you find out about the Central Park Five, and that this is who Donald Trump is. He's a horrible racist man. In the 70s and 80s, he accused 5 young black men in Brooklyn of a murder of a woman, and he took out ads in newspapers, in 5 different newspapers, and spent about $250,000 to falsely accuse 5 little black boys of murder, and all of them did time, all of them did time. One of them even did like 20 years for a crime they didn't commit. That's who Donald Trump is. This is who he is. And somebody at some point is going to have to stop this. Not only for the sake of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, because I can only empathize first with someone who has now been taken into ICE custody twice and threatened with deportation to yet another country. And I want to continue to remind you that this is not about results. This is not about law and order and justice. There's nothing righteous about this. At some point, it has to stop. At some point, somebody's got to stop ICE. And I hope that it's ICE. I hope every ICE officer quits their fucking job and stops this madness. ICE was a once respected institution. I'll never forget, last time Donald Trump was in power, he tried to disrespect Department of Homeland Security. This is who he is. And one of the things that I want to point out, and I'm going to keep saying it, conservatism was always about maintaining institutions. So think about Donald Trump's rapid defunding of USAID and how that will starve 300,000 people and how he did that without blinking a fucking eye. And tell me that's conservatism? And as I've said and will continue to say my entire life, conserve what? Because you're not looking out for yourselves. The majority of people that vote for, that are conservative are like 55 and over. They fuck themselves. They're going to lose everything. Their healthcare, all those student loans that have been forgiven, Donald Trump's trying to draw that back too. So yeah, my question again will be for all those 2A people that said that, I vote Republican because of the Second Amendment. I want to have a gun in the event of a tyrannical government. Here's your tyrannical government. Look how they're treating Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Trying to force him to admit he did something he didn't do. And we'll just send you to Costa Rica. Illegally deport you. And if you don't, we'll send you to Uganda. Again, illegally. Remember, deportation is a crime against humanity. And remember, Donald Trump keeps delegitimizing the ICC. There's a reason. And it's because if he legitimizes the ICC, that means that he could potentially set up for the U.S. to use their resources to capture Bibi and capture Vladimir Putin. And know that the reason that those two men are alive is because Israel and Russia infiltrated American politics in the form of the entire Republican Party took money from Russia. They are all Russian assets. And 100 elected Democrats take money from AIPAC. So when you look at the United States right now and you think, man, they seem awfully pro-Israel and awfully pro-Russia, it's because they pay more than it pays to be an American politician. There's a reason that I started the American Socialist Party. These parties are bought and paid for by foreign countries, and we have to move forward. The workers need to unite. The people that actually do the jobs, not the billionaires, need to unionize and join in the American Socialist Party. Have a good rest of your day.